to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!"
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Smyth Radio. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the late-breaking details that you didn't get last night while you were sleeping. I stayed up all night just for you guys to give you all the details, all the breaking news. Today is day 5. I'm not joking, folks. It's 5 days away. The day that will decide the fate of America. You know, Obama today or yesterday joked about it and said, I've got a soundbite on it, but he cracked off, made a crackpot joke about this whole thing about us speaking about Hillary being elected would literally ruin America. And that would be it. It'd be all over with. Ann Coulter even made the comment that this will be the last time that a Republican president will ever be elected. If Trump is not elected, a Republican presidential candidate will never be elected again. Never. It's over. And I ran into somebody yesterday talking to them about the election and the candidates and all the things that were going on last night. And I made the comment to him about, did you hear the breaking news about Hillary Clinton? He's like, yeah, well, I don't like either one of them. You know, Donald Trump, you know, said he knows more than the generals. And he said this and that. That offended me. He's an older gentleman about ready to retire. You know, I was taken back. I didn't see that coming. I was off guard, and he's a nice older gentleman, a nice guy. I like him. Just a regular average dude, and he popped off with that. And so that the only thing I can think of, I don't know why I said it, but I asked him, I said, well, did it offend you when he said, grab him in the posse? He looked at me in amazement that I even said that. He was shocked and taken back. I believe he's probably a Christian. I believe he probably goes to church on a regular basis. I don't know for sure. I think that he may be, Catholic, lifelong Catholic in the church, very mild-mannered guy. You'd never hear him cuss. You'd never hear him say a bad word whatsoever. Just a real good guy. He doesn't talk bad about anybody. I'm going to tell you out there right now, Christians, y'all listening, y'all sinners. I'm a sinner. You're a sinner. We all sin. We all make mistakes. We all say stupid things. However, if you kill somebody, if you break the law to the point to where you've actually committed an act of treason against this country, then we got problems. But if you're offended by the fact that a man said to another man in a private conversation, grab women in a posse, that you're offended by that, I'm offended, you're offended. This is ridiculous. We live in a new world, a new day, and a new age. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of offending that needs to start to happen. You know, I'm just saying the politically correct world that we live in now is a nightmare. I was looking at some of the videos and some of the movies from back in the 80s and some of the songs, even the music. The music back in the 80s was not politically correct. There's a song by Dire Straits called Money for Nothing. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. And one of the lines of the lyrics go, look at that faggot. He's a millionaire. Look at that faggot. He's got everything, on and on and on. And he used that term, faggot. But it didn't mean what people mean it to be today. Folks, we've gotten way off track here. This whole notion that that you can't say certain words because you're going to offend certain people. We've really got to put ourselves in check and really come to grips with what's going on right now. If you're offended that Donald Trump made the comment, he said he was offended that Donald Trump said he knew more than the generals. And if you're having a problem wrapping your head around it, let me help you. Donald Trump is extremely frustrated. He's frustrated with the way the country has been run. He's frustrated with the generals that their hands have been tied. He's frustrated with the generals that have been fired, removed, or forced out to retire because they don't fit Obama's agenda. Don't believe me? Look it up. It's true. It's been happening. He's been gutting the military and gutting the generals. And honestly, the generals have been more worried about their stars and stripes. They've been more worried about their retirement check than they have been about the freedom of America and where this country's going. So, with that being said, Trump is frustrated. I'm frustrated, and I know you're frustrated. So when Trump makes the comment, I know more than the generals in this situation, it's because he's frustrated about what's going on. But if you're attaching your Trump to that one singular statement, you've done lost it. You've been watching too much of CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC. You've been watching too much of them because that's what they're saying. I had another guy tell me, he said something to the effect of grab him in a posse, and he had bad, that's what it was. He said, I just don't like his temperament. I'm like, huh? What? You don't like his temper? Dude, you're getting that from the news. You're repeating the news. You have become a canary. And you're singing the songs of what you're watching on the news, and it's awful. They're putting words into your head, and then when you are confronted about why you like Trump or you don't like Trump, you say what the mainstream media has told you to say. Unbelievable. Okay, let's get to our first soundbite. We're going to run through this real quick. We're going to make a short show today. Brett came on last night. Brett Baier came on late last night, and broke news on Hillary Clinton, the FBI, the email scandal, Anthony Weiner, Uma Abedin. It's just an absolute nightmare that will not go away. And if you go to Smyth Radio, I forgot the call sign again, folks. Smyth Radio, smythradio.com. You can go there, go to our website, SMYTH. You can see everything on our website, our Twitter feed, our Facebook feed, Breitbart, Matt Drudge. You can see everything. And soon to come, we'll have Gateway Pundit, thegatewaypundit.com. We'll have that up. Jim Hoft is incredible. Jim Hoft has broken a lot of news here within the last 24 hours as well. If you want to follow good, honest journalists, I'm telling you, Jim Hoft at the Gateway Pundit, Breitbart News, Matt Drudge. That's all you need to know. You don't need much any more than that. If you want to test your abilities and how strong you are to be able to see through all the lies of the mainstream media, then go ahead, switch over to CNN and see what happens there. And then your head will begin to swell and possibly combust. Anyways, Brett Baier broke news last night, and this is Brett Hume on Fox interviewing Brett Baier right as his show ended, ran over to Brett's show to discuss exactly the breaking news coming out of the FBI and Brett Baier's info guy from the FBI and what he had discussed and told him. So cue it up. Let's go. Soundbite number one.
Clinton Foundation. Brett, good evening.
Hey, Brett.
Bring me up to date.
Well, first of all, just ran right over from the
Appreciate
studio.
that. Yeah, well.
Here's the deal. We talked to two separate sources with intimate knowledge of what's going on with these FBI investigations. A couple of things. One, the Clinton Foundation investigation is far more expansive than anybody has reported, I think, so far.
Yeah, because remember, Comey last July basically wouldn't comment on it, and we kind of believed for a long time there wasn't much of a Clinton.
Right, and that was basically about Washington's influence in that. Several offices separately were doing their own investigations. That's one. Two, remember the immunity deal that supposedly Cheryl Mills and Heather Samuelson, two top aides for Hillary Clinton, got from the Justice Department, in which it was believed that the laptops that they had, after a narrow review for classification emails, were going to be destroyed by the FBI. We have been told that those definitively have not been destroyed. They are at the FBI field office here in Washington and are being exploited. Three, the Clinton Foundation investigation is so expansive, they have interviewed and re-interviewed many people. They describe the evidence that they have as, quote, a lot of it, and there is an avalanche coming every day with WikiLeaks and the new emails. They are, quote, actively and aggressively pursuing this case. Remember, the Foundation case is about the pay for play, the allegations of Secretary Clinton.
Yeah, people made contributions to the Clinton Foundation, and because of that, they were able to extract attention at least, and not, if not more, from the State Department. Do I have that right?
Exactly. So they are taking the new information, and some of them are going back to interview people for the third time. We, as opposed to what has been written about the Clinton Foundation investigation, it is expansive. The classified investigation is being run by the National Security Division of the FBI. They are currently, as Catherine Herridge has reported, combing through Anthony Weiner's laptop, and they are having some success, in other words, finding what they believe to be new emails, not duplicates, that have been transported, if you will, emailed through the server, right. Hillary Clinton's server. Lastly, we've learned that there is a confidence from these sources that her server had been hacked, and that it was about a 99% accuracy, that it had been hacked by at least 5 foreign intelligence agencies, and they believe that things had been taken from that.
Did you catch that last part? Did you catch the last part where he said they are 99% certain that hostile or foreign governments, she'd been hacked. She has been hacked 5 times, 99% sure that she was hacked 5 different times. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, this is just unbelievable. The audacity that this woman has to maintain that she's done absolutely nothing wrong, and for people to be offended by somebody talking about grabbing someone in a posse. Let's get real here. What is real, and how serious is this? Here's Megyn Kelly late last night. The audio might be a little rough here, but bear with me. The message is what's important here.
Secret recordings fueled FBI feud in Clinton probe. The reporting by Devlin Barrett and Christopher Matthews is that the FBI secretly recorded conversations of a suspect in a public corruption case. This person was talking about the alleged deals that the Clintons made. And the FBI investigator said this is worth checking out, that this goes well beyond what we saw in Clinton Cash by Peter Schweitzer. This is something worse or more. And we're pushing hard to look into this. Apparently, prosecutors at the DOJ said it's hearsay, it's weak, it doesn't warrant aggressive tactics like presenting the evidence to a grand jury.
That was Megyn Kelly speaking about, and you're like, well, what are you talking about? Are we talking about the Clinton Foundation, or are we talking about Hillary Clinton and their email? No, folks, you don't understand. There are 5 individual FBI agents currently working full-time, overtime on the Clinton Foundation alone. And nobody's talking about that. Yes, the Clinton Foundation is under criminal investigation, and it goes so deep and so far and so long that guaranteed they're going to find everything they need to find to indict on that situation. However, on this other situation with Anthony Weiner and the New York Post put a picture up, said the stroking gun. That's the picture I used for the icon for this show. Anthony Weiner literally bringing down the house, 260,000 emails, and the FBI is saying that they're not duplicates, they're not copies. These are original emails that we did not have before. Some sources say the 33,000 emails that Hillary deleted, they are in there. We're not sure if it was Huma's idea to back up all these emails, or if it was Anthony's idea to use it for protection or safety or whatnot. I mean, obviously Huma has seen the dark side of the Clintons. She's been with them so close and so tight, and now she's missing in action. She's not on the campaign trail, and Hillary is referring to her as a helper, no longer as, if I had a second daughter, it would be Huma. So apparently, just by the way Hillary's speaking, she's speaking ill of Uma, and Uma is missing. So there you go. Uma is going to be up on charges. There is no question whatsoever. WikiLeaks, all the emails that are coming out, they're up to, I think, Podesta 26, 27 right now. So 27 different dumps of documents. People are feverishly scouring through these emails to try and make sense of it all. By the time it's all said and done, WikiLeaks is planning on dumping 50,000 emails from Leon Podesta. Some of the other information. This is kind of tinfoil hat stuff. We'll never know until it finally comes out that it comes out. But apparently people in the FBI, they're saying that because of what James Comey did, that they are going to release documents under the cover of WikiLeaks in order for justice to prevail. Tinfoil hat stuff, I don't know. Very, very, very possible. James Comey did get this information, by the way, about Hillary Clinton and the new documents from Weiner. James Comey got these early in October, so about a month ago, and he decided to hold on and wait. He wanted to make sure that it was real, that it was worthy, that, that this new information was good enough to do something with. Couldn't hold out any longer. James Comey couldn't hold out any longer because he knew if he did, somebody else would come out with the information, knowing that James Comey knew, and that he held on it and he sat on it and he did nothing with it. And he himself could be in a lot of trouble for that as well. Hillary Clinton, previously under FBI investigation, closed the investigation reopened up. This all within July, August, September, October, all within 4 months. Investigation closed and reopened on her for the same thing because of new evidence. We also have the FBI, who has audio of an informant that exposes the Clinton Foundation. Folks, you can't make this up. As dirty as these people are, as rotten to the core as these people are, you can't hide forever. They say the perfect murder, the only perfect murder, or the only perfect crime is the crime that nobody knows about. Problem with this is everybody's in on the take. Everybody knows about it. So now you got Anthony Weiner calling for immunity, and I'll give you the docu-dumps. I'll dump them all. I'll show you exactly what you're looking for. The file marked insurance documents. Yeah, that's what you want to look at. You want to look in the insurance folder because that's got the good stuff. you know, I don't put it past him anymore. Everything that has come out is just so damning and so incredible. And then we got this. Check this out. You're going to lose your mind. Lou Dobbs last night had on former Assistant Director FBI James Callstorm. He came on last night, and he was talking to Lou Dobbs about this situation. Folks, you're not going to believe this. This is how serious this is. He's a former Assistant Director of the FBI. He's been around for a long time. He knows what he's talking about. And for Obama to say, y'all fear-mongering for saying that electing Hillary is the end of America, you know. Well, what are you talking about? This is nothing to see here. Move it along. Okay, for all of you who say move it along, listen to Ambassador, former Assistant Director, FBI, James Callstorm, interviewed by Lou Dobbs last night.
Something had to be said to Director Comey that...
And I apologize about the sound. It's just what we got. It's in the sound bite, not in our mic. But listen to the words. That's what's most important.
Something had to be said to Director Comey that was pretty substantial. Now, the agents have to go through all these, 70,000 or 80,000? 650,000 emails. So they're doing keyword searching. They're doing, you know, they're putting it in batches, and then they have to get additional orders. Right. You know, the original investigative team in New York that was looking at that pervert, you know, was authorized to look at his stuff. But once they saw the metadata, you know, this massive metadata, you know, right. there's something really big in here. But
so you agree with those who say it would take something substantial for Comey to have gone this far? He's not sitting here looking at a pig in a poke.
No, I don't think so, but I don't think he really knows how big the pig is or how big the poke is.
What?
And, you know, and when you look at it this way, could there be anything more important than the stuff that they didn't look at the first time around? Right. Top secret, you know, SAP, Special Access Program. They shot people at firing squads for disclosing this stuff in World War II. And even in current
years, going to prison.
You go to Leavenworth for 20, 30, 40 years for this stuff.
Yes, folks, he said that. You heard it here on Smyth Radio. He said that. Former Assistant Director, FBI, James Callstorm said during World War II, they shot people at firing squads for disclosing this information. Oh, Lord, have we fallen so far? Where have we gone as a country to where people would have been shot for treason for this reason, and she's running for President of the United States of America?
You can't handle the truth.
I'm not sure if I can anymore. I'm not sure if I can handle the truth anymore. It's too much. It's too deep, too far, too wide. It's got to stop. It's got to come to a head. You know, where do we go with this? Where do we end up with this? Lord have mercy. Save us, America, please. Folks, go out and vote. Vote your conscience, which means you got to vote Trump. That is your conscience. Voting Trump. And here's a lifelong, I played this yesterday, but I'm going to play it again, lifelong Democrat, Doug Schoen.
Focus now. Yeah. Just put you in the tractor beam. I want to get your focus now. Yeah. Just put you in the tractor beam. What is your reaction? I want to get your focus now. Yeah. Just put you in the tractor beam. What is your reaction to the FBI reopening its case?
As you know, I have been a supporter of Secretary Clinton.
We all know, yes.
Right, you do know. But, and the but is a big deal, at least to me. Given that this investigation is going to go on for many months after the election.
No matter who wins.
No matter who wins. But if the Secretary of State wins, we will have a president under criminal investigation with Abedin under investigation, the Secretary of State, the President-elect, should she win, under investigation, Harris. Under these circumstances, I am actively reassessing my support. I'm not a Trump...
Whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
You're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
Harris, I'm deeply concerned that we will have a constitutional crisis if she's elected.
Wow.
I want to learn more this week, see what we see. But as of today, I am not a supporter of the Secretary of State for the nation's highest office.
How long have you known the Clintons, Doug?
I've known the Clintons since '94.
Wow.
You heard it from a lifelong Democrat. 94, 04, 14, 15, 16, 20, 22 years. 22 years. Folks, you can't make this up. If you're offended by Trump, grow a thicker skin. If you're offended by Trump, you would more than likely be more offended by General Patton, who literally won the war for us. Please don't tell me that the greatest generation that ever lived, please don't tell me that they all died in vain. I know they're not all dead, but please tell me that they didn't die in vain. You can't allow this to go down like this just because you think you felt offended by something somebody said. I'm done with the offensiveness of people being offended. It's just, it's insanity to me when somebody tells me I've been offended because you said X, Y, and Z. Really, folks, that's a problem, because we live in a day and age to where you've got to walk on eggshells. You can't say what you're really thinking. You can't say how you feel. You can't really, not too much too soon. You got to be careful, because if you say something wrong and you offend somebody, then we've got problems, and we don't want that. Here's Milo. I played this yesterday. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna continue to play this all the time. This is Milo, and this is what I'm talking about grievances, hurt feelings, and thin skin. Obama, if you're listening, this is about you.
What do you say to those? What do you say to those people? I mean, it's the offensive comments that were made.
Yes, I say good. Good. If I offended you, that's me performing my function. And you should grow a thicker skin and grow up. And so long as there are people who think that offense taking and having grievances is equivalent to some genuine kind of injury, I'm still necessary. You may disagree with me, that's fine, come debate me. But so long as there is a politics in this country, as there is, where people can turn victimhood and grievance into currency, I will continue to be as offensive as possible.
Yes. See, he can say that, and I can say this, and Trump can say, grab him in a posse, and then apologize for it. So my bad. That was 11 years ago. We were just joking around, hot mic. And yet Hillary goes out to Florida in Fort Lauderdale, and she does this.
I am sick and tired of the negative, dark, divisive, dangerous vision and behavior of people who support Donald Trump. It is time for us to say no. We are not going backwards. We're going forward into a brighter future.
Wow. If that wasn't the Dean scream from me, hell, I don't know what is. Oh, folks, it's the quickest half hour you ever spend anywhere, especially here on Smyth Radio. Folks, you got to follow us on Twitter at Smyth Radio, SMYTH Radio. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Smyth Radio. Stay tuned every single morning to the lead up to the run up to the election. Right here, we're here for you, giving you all the late breaking details and the information that you didn't get last night, so that you can get it today on your way to work. Listen to us on iHeartRadio. You can find us real quick, iHeart.smithradio.com, or if you're on iHeartRadio, spell it SMYTHRADIO, all one word, and we will come up so that you can listen to us. Thank you, folks. Share us with your friends and your family. Tell everyone you know about us. We're here for you.
With unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.